Up to 500 jobs could be created in the Latrobe Valley under a state government-funded electric vehicle factory. The Premier made the announcement in Morwell today as the race for the Victorian election heats up.
The wheels on the big red bus are finally turning, and today's stop was in Morwell. The Premier putting the pedal to the metal on the campaign trail with a major jobs announcement.
Our announcement today, the partnership with SEA Electric, is all about making sure that the Latrobe Valley is the national capital for electric vehicles.
Daniel Andrews unveiled a partnership with Australian-owned manufacturing giant SEA Electric, which will see a new factory established in the valley, a project which will create 500 jobs, tasked with the assembly of 2,400 electric cars a year.
But it also puts Victoria on the path to being the national leader in electric vehicles.
The project will also be linked with the Worker Transition Scheme, the state government's project to put the valley's redundant workers back into a job.
We can be rightly optimistic and hopeful that this won't be the end of this. It'll be 500, 2,400 vehicles, and I think that there is limitless potential beyond that.
The announcement comes as news poll figures show Labor leading 54 to 46 in the two-party preferred poll just weeks from the election. But those numbers didn't stop the leader of the opposition today announcing a $1 billion pledge for regional roads.
Liberal Nationals government will spend $1 billion over 10 years to fix country roads once and for all.
There's no doubt those roads will be put to work this month as the two leaders continue their campaign trails around the state. Louis Gillis, Win News.
Transport has been the theme of the day for Victorian politics as both sides continue to take their sales pitch to the regions. Premier Daniel Andrews was focused on transport jobs in the Latrobe Valley, while opposition leader Matthew Guy promised better roads for country drivers. Stephanie Anderson reports.
Clocking up the campaign kilometres, both Labor and Liberal kept the focus on regional seats. Premier Daniel Andrews travelled to marginal Morwell, announcing a deal for 500 new jobs in the Latrobe Valley as his government heads into caretaker mode.
Today's all about jobs. We said we would stand with the Latrobe Valley, we'd back the Latrobe Valley.
While it's not an election promise, it's likely to be a vote winner for the seat where unemployment is a key issue. But Mr Andrews wouldn't say how much it costs to lure the electric vehicle maker to town.
We can't be telling all of our competitors and setting the price, if you like. We need to make sure that we get good value, and we have.
And on another day of traffic chaos in Melbourne, transport was the theme of the campaign. Mr Andrews checked out new high-capacity metro trains. Opposition leader Matthew Guy pledged a $1 billion package over the next 10 years for a regional road fix blitz,
providing a long-term, continuous supply of money to once and for all repair our country roads.
The Coalition has also pledged to bring religious education classes back to state schools. The Andrews government moved them out of class times and the Coalition wants them back.
Parents should have a right to choose. It's not compulsory. We're not asking people to put their children in something they don't want. We're saying if you'd like to, the option will be there.
The latest news poll published in the Australian newspaper shows the Coalition is still trailing Labor, and Daniel Andrews has increased his lead as preferred Premier. But both sides say that's not the poll that counts.
We are focused on putting forward a sensible and common sense plan for Victorians.
I don't take the people of Victoria for granted. These contests are always close.
By now, the election writs have been issued and the race is well and truly underway.
Politician bearing gifts.
Stephanie Anderson, ABC News, Melbourne.